What's up, everybody? Got Llama here. What's up,
Hey, how's
Llama?
it
It
going?
must be big news or something important going on to get Llama in here.
Yeah, a little bit of big news.
A little bit of big news. Look, we both got our Tapers gear on. We're ready to talk.
Yeah, exactly. Got my
Love
Prague
it.
hat.
Got your Prague hat on. Of course,
Yeah.
Piper's going to join in now. Never fails.
Man,
Big
all right.
news though out of the choice verse today. Tell us what dropped today, Llama. Go over it. Like, give us a big overview, and then we'll break down each individual.
Yeah. So I guess big news first is there's The Voice. That's their newsletter. Like there's like a direct sort of old school connection right there with the fan base, right? Sending out newsletters. And then tour dates. A little bit in December, a little bit in January, a few in February, and then what was already announced, Jam Cruise. So that's nice. And then Prague Hat's on streaming. It's their official debut album.
Finally, official first album, first studio album is out.
It is out.
A lot of news for one day. I kind of feel like they could have spread this out over a week, and kind of fed us slowly and let us all get a taste. But they were like, no, here's the dump. Here it all is. Take it all at once, everybody. Love it. Like, let's go.
I like that though, right? Because then it's like, for those of us in the Midwest that like the choice, we have to decide our choice for Taper's choice is what coast we want to travel to.
Right.
Right.
And
they let us know west or east.
That's
now
right.
Just win, right?
Exactly. In fact, let's bring up the tour dates and we'll go over that first. And then we'll like check out everything else. But I'll bring up here's what oops, that's the wrong one. That's our letter. There it is. There's the tour dates. There we go.
Yes.
So I am extremely excited about these two townhouse dates in Venice. Like, this is right in my backyard. I mean, the Troubadour and LA shows are one thing, but Venice is literally right down the street from me. The townhouse, I love that place. Dave's been playing there a lot lately. I believe the guy that used to manage Gold Diggers is now managing the townhouse. So that's why they have their in there, and it's kind of becoming their kind of new Gold Diggers place type thing. It's kind of in that vibe too. It's a cool venue. It's downstairs. It's a 2-level place, and it's down, and then there's another bar upstairs, venue upstairs type place, and they're downstairs with a smaller room and a stage and stuff. But it's cool. It's got that dark, danky atmosphere. Few seats along one of the walls, and then the bar. It's a cool place. So I'm very excited though that they're doing kind of a 2-show. I like that they say our first West Side show on the 4th, and then the 1-week anniversary of our first West Side show on the 11th as the return of the townhouse. I love the way they think of those things. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So, and then a weird date right after the townhouse though, an Ojai date, which is a little far for like the next night to travel to get up north.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a distance. So that's pretty cool. And then they have a week off, like I said, and then they're back at the townhouse, which is great. And then they're playing Pappy and Harriet's in Pioneer Town, and then San Diego on the 13th. I'm definitely going to try and get down there for the San Diego show. I'm not sure about the Pappy and Harriet show. That place though is pretty famous and has a lot of good, like, I know one of my favorites, the Higgs, played there a lot and stuff. So this will be cool that they're kind of hitting up this little, I love this little West Coast run. I want more of these, right? Like, it's not even that long. It's 5 shows just through the first 2 weeks of December on their home turf. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good warm up for the East Coast shows
for what's coming. Yeah, later, like a month later. Yeah, but these are the things I want to see them do more. Is Alex had talked to me about trying to do like not really a residency, but playing the Troubadour like 2 or 3 times over a month or 2 period. And it looks like maybe that's going to start happening with a townhouse. Maybe they'll be able to get in there a little bit more and sort of like, do one-off shows in there every month or something like that. So very cool though. Good to see. Cool. And then, and you should come out. You should come out. Like I know you came out the other time, but this, you can come out for a week. Been a whole week out here.
That's a lot of time.
Or just come out for the 11th show, and we can do the 11th, 12th, and 13th, and drive down south, and you can fly out of San Diego on the 14th or something.
Yeah,
I know. I mentioned this.
True.
I mentioned this. Well, actually, I don't know. You'll I mention this later on Live Tonight, but one of our good friends has already bitched about no Northwest dates on this. You know, our boy up in Seattle, Skoy, was like,
Oh,
we're in the Pacific Northwest again. Eventually, my friend. Eventually, they will get.
you know, the Midwest has the same issue, right? So who's gonna get served first, right? That's what it comes down to.
I feel like eventually they need to do like a Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, down south run. You know, like just play their west side all the
Right.
way up and down the coast. Like just do it. I mean, it's an easy tour. They keep doing these. We'll jump into the East Coast side of things here in a second right now, but they keep doing these East Coast runs and they keep doing them in like last time it was fallish going into winter. The ones that got canceled were again like going to be in winter. And now this one's in
Right.
the dead of winter too. East
Yeah.
Coast in like the spring or summer, and then West Coast in the winter. How about that? But let's go through the East Coast dates real quick. You know, the 30th at the Ardmore in Pennsylvania, and then the 31st, the next night at Brooklyn Bowl. Return to the Brooklyn Bowl. Good for them. I love that they're going back there. February 1st, DC. So 3 nights in a row there, Llama. It's a little tough on travel. We were talking about backstage.
You could Amtrak it though.
You could train it. You could train it.
Yeah, you could train it.
You could.
Right? And then once you get to DC, you have a day to drive down to South Carolina and Charleston. So, and that's like 8-9 hours. So
right. It would be a nice day to be able to drive down and have that day off and then go the next day and then hit those next shows like the Charleston, the Asheville and the Atlanta shows.
Yeah, I especially, if I could only go to one show, I think it would be the Asheville show.
Really?
Yeah. Like, have you ever been to that city?
No.
Oh,
no.
Man.
Awesome.
It's amazing. Like, it's probably the most West Coast vibe city on the East Coast, right?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Like,
cool.
Like, I guess that might be like the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's I like that. I'd love to go. I'd love to hit this whole tour. Again, I doubt I'll be able to do the whole East Coast run. I'm looking at maybe doing those first 3 or maybe doing the back half 3. I'm not quite sure yet, but definitely can't get down to Jacksonville. Probably can't do Atlanta, but maybe can do. We'll see what we can work out with those as far as my schedule goes. But I love that, you know, again, you get 3 in a row off the top, then you get that day off, and then you get 4 in a row right after that. Like, this is like old school tours, right? Like where it's like every night
grind.
Yeah. And if you're touring with them, it's like have your rental car and be ready to drive every morning to the next city and get there. So
pretty much.
And then I like that they end up in Florida, obviously, for Jam Cruise, and that picks up. They get on the boat the next day, like the next morning after the Jackrabbit show. Ready to rock. And then it's cool that there's this festival at the end here too, this March 26th through 29th. There'll be more information about this coming out and what exactly when they're playing, but another festival show, which is great for them. I love them doing festivals because it brings in an outside audience that you might not normally get and new people coming in to watch them.
And I think it might be more like the North Carolina festival where they were able to do 2 sets, right? Because this is like kind of like South by Southwest, where it's like hosted in a bunch of different bars, right, in downtown Rockville. So they might just have a bar one night and get like 2 sets, right?
That would be great, right?
Yeah. Or maybe it's a Dave Harrington like trio followed by like Tabor's Choice or something.
Right. Yeah. I think this one will be the one that'll be interesting to see what more information we get on it as it gets closer. I mean, right now we're talking pretty far away for March. I mean, obviously it'll probably be here before you know it, but it's a little ways off at the moment. But again, Knoxville, Tennessee, I would love to go and check that out. Like that would be a cool.
Yeah, it's a cool town, man.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. And then of course we got to mention that the Rich Ruth opening for them too is cool. I like that there's an opener too, so it's not just them on the bill. That's really fun. So you're getting a little extra there. So definitely, it's good to see hitting the road again.
It makes me think, remember in Denver when they had Tom Hamilton on the bill and he came out each night and like did a song, did a cover. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing, right?
I wonder that too. Very much. Yeah, I could totally see that. And they might as well. I mean, he'll probably know the songs and know them, and
Yeah.
it adds that extra element and a fun little jam. So yeah, totally. Love it. So cool to see dates on the calendar though, something to plan, something to look forward to. They're back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus.
It's what is Tapers 4.0?
Is that where we are now? Exactly.
5.0 maybe? I don't know. Yeah.
Right? I know. It feels like so long ago that even the shows this year were like, it's crazy that you have to think, what was that, back in February that they did Boulder and Denver? Was that when that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like in the Troob show.
But then they did the Troubadour and upstate New York. So
yeah. And the one, oh yeah, because they were gonna do tour and then the fires and stuff. So yeah, awesome though. And then we can talk a little bit here real quick about The Voice that you had already mentioned, which I'll bring up that letter here real quick, and you can just kind of see. I love that they're doing the mailer again. And I actually put the number up on Live tonight too as a banner for people to be able to write down and check it out. Text that number up at the top, 323-861-3603, and join The Voice. You get text messages from them when things drop. I like that it's sort of a mailer, like you said, but also through technology now.
Right. And then like, I like that it's drafted almost like a corporate memo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sort of, but then it also feels a little bit like cut and paste, because like the Dear Chosen Ones is a different like bolded font on there, and like, you know what I mean, like it just it's a funny little, like,
with because isn't it a serif font where the
yeah, and then the date, and then you know, and then at the end the all caps for See You Out There, and then CT drums and vocals. It's so funny. Who knew he was such a creative writing guy? Like, I was like, the whole time I'm like, who wrote this? Like, did they have an intern, or like, was it Noah? Or, and then at the end I was like, oh, CT.
Yeah, he wrote one for the Vampire Weekend Frog and the Bass Drum series as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that was supposed to be quarterly, and I think it's quarterly by decade. So
quarter decades.
I mean, yeah, they mention in here that it'd be like the old fish newsletter.
Right. The old Schweiss.
Yeah. So, you know, the infrequency of this is probably going to be few and far between.
Probably only when they have like announcements or tours or something to kind of throw out there, but still gotta love it. Gotta love the effort. Gotta love what they're doing with it. So check it out. It's on all their socials. It's posted. Again, text that number at the top and you can get it sent to you with a link and everything. So
I do gotta say that they were like a fat-tailed dwarf lemur. Like, Google that real quick, right? And just see what it looks like. Like, it's kind of funny.
The fat-tailed what?
Dwarf lemur.
Dwarf lemur. There it is. Yep. It comes up on my Google search.
Look at how cute that thing is, right? Like,
right?
Oh,
lemurs are very cute, and this guy being like, his tail is definitely fat, and he's so tiny.
Yeah, I'm like, in my mind, I pictured a meerkat. I don't know why. You know. But then when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, that thing's like cute."
It's so cute. It's like in that sloth category. It's just like a cute little.
Yeah, you can't get mad at something like that.
No, never, not at all. It's too cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's The Voice, and then the last thing is the Prog Hat album, which you've been listening to all day.
I have been listening to it pretty much all day. It's they had the Prog Hat cassette tape that they sold for the fire benefit, and that's what this album is, right? This was always they're gonna be their first album. It's just they decided to sell the cassettes early because of the fires. But,
right.
So we would have never known of Prog Hat back in January. So, you know, and now it's on streaming for everybody to listen to, and
you don't have to
just have studio. Oh man.
Yeah.
Like they bring something to the studio production wise that like most jam bands don't,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything that they learned from their other bands, right?
Yep. Good point.
Because you think most jam bands start out when they're young and they're learning the studio, right? At the same time. Here they've already kind of hit that, like, we know what we're doing in the studio. We know how to craft exactly what we want. And I think they make really good use of the studio.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you say that, like coming from all those different bands and having success and putting out albums and doing that sort of leads to, well, how do we do this
Right.
differently or this way this time or like whatever. So that's a good point. And it is cool that like you said, you know, because of the fire benefits and everything, the tapes came out early to help sell at those shows for the benefits.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have known or had this. It's sort of like a pre-release months ago for getting
Right.
on tape, which not everybody was able to get the tape because it was only, again, you know, in Denver and Boulder and LA and stuff. So you kind of had to travel to get those or have somebody sent them to you. So it's kind of cool that, you know, it would have come out together. You would have had the tape or the record choice. So kind of getting it as an EP, so to speak, like an early release type thing, but now getting the
Right.
actual full album as like the drop with all this other news
Yeah.
is great. So I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that. And
If you're like me and your tape player or cassette deck is an absolute piece of shit, right? Like this sounds amazing. Like
like the upgrade.
yeah. It's like
You're going the opposite direction. You're going from like crappy tape to high
yeah,
fidelity sound on the record. I love it.
right. Yeah. And I know it's my tape player, but like, man, you gotta invest a lot of money into a tape deck if you want a good one.
True. Yeah, a good one. Yeah, yeah, not like the old, you know, like and I was thinking that the other day too in my car. I was like, man, not having a tape deck in the car anymore. It's so weird. Like even with CDs, I always had still a tape deck and then I had the changer, you know, type thing. But I always
Oh
had the
yeah.
tape deck because I always had bootlegs I wanted to listen to. So
Oh, I always replace the tape deck one with just the CD, right? CD player with a detachable face or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. See, I was always the opposite. I was like, no, I have to have, even when as we got older and you know, I'd go in there to get this and I'm like, no, I need the tape deck. They're like, you still want to use the tape? I'm like, yeah, I have to. Like bootlegs are what I listen to in the car mostly. So yeah. But yeah, and bring back the tape decks in the car. I always
Oh,
miss those, man.
jeez.
Um, but I love that the album is out. I love all this huge drop today is
Yeah.
just a plethora
Fantastic drop.
of good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, like good stuff.
It's a
And
great
everyone's been
song, too.
clamoring. Everyone's been asking, when are we getting Tabor's Choice news? What are they
Yeah.
doing? Here we go.
Yeah.
One day.
Finally share those links, right? Be like, here, just listen to this on your Apple Music.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to learn a new app. Like,
Nope. It's all right there. Get
it's all right
into it.
there now. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe eventually we'll even do a little I know you want to do albums of the 90s and stuff reviews, but maybe we'll do a review of this album too at some point and talk about it and go by the tracks because over on volume we can play the music as we talk about it and stuff and talk over it. So we'll have to do that one of these days. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments. If you're stoked about all this news, if you're going to sign up for The Voice, if you're planning on going to any of the shows, either especially out here, let me know because I'll happy to meet up with you. If you're doing the East Coast run, let us know. Maybe we'll make one of those shows happen as well. We're going to talk to Volume about
stickers.
Llama will make some stickers always. Always got to have the stickers and maybe a new shirt that he's been working on too.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. If you know Llama's Instagram, check it out and vote on which design you liked of his idea for the shirts. They're pretty cool. I like it. I like the thought process. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys are planning on seeing anything, how excited you are that our boys are back on the road. We got Tabor's news.
I know.
It's exciting.
It's great.
It's great, man. I mean, I feel like I'm more revved up about this than any fish news I've gotten lately, or anything in the rumor mill coming out for fish. So this is exciting. This is
That's because this is different, right? This is
Yeah.
like on it, like you don't know what to expect. Like even with like Fish New Year's, like you know to expect something big, right?
yeah.
But like the universe is unknown when it comes to papers.
It is.
What's going on out there, right?
It is. And I mean, call me crazy, whatever you want, but I can honestly tell you, I am a little bit more excited about the Brooklyn Bowl show than I am about Fish New Year's. And so I'm more excited to finally get back east, because last time I was going to do the tour and go to the shows and everything happened. I couldn't make it. And they did the, the great little dead thing at the Brooklyn Bowl and wasn't able to be there. So this time having them go back there, I'm stoked and I want to get out there for it. And like, I always feel like those New York shows are special, and they always have a little extra mustard in there for them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They bring it to Jam Hollywood.
They do. Yeah. And like I said, hopefully we're talking to Volume, and we'll talk to Tapers and see if there's any chance of streaming on our Volume channel any of these shows also live. We've done a couple of them, obviously the Ivy Room, and last time they were in New York, actually, we did one of them too. So hopefully we can work that out too. So if you can't make the shows, you can still watch it on our Woke Plus Volume page. So we'll see. But thanks, guys. Let us know in the comments how stoked you are about all of this, and Llama and I will talk to you soon. Play the music to run us out, and let's do this. See y'all. Oh, Tapers to Toronto. Yes, Pete. I will tell them. We'll get them international one of these days. Let's try to get them in the Midwest and Northwest first, and then we'll work on another country. Thanks, guys. See you soon.